Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The majority of Coyote Pass is owned by Cody and Robyn Brown. The manner the property was divided reveals the unfairness of their now-dissolved plural marriage. Fans of Sister Wives have been watching the Brown family quarrel about Coyote Pass, a huge piece of land the family purchased in 2018, for a number of seasons. At first, the family intended to develop the property into homes. Even though the Browns never constructed on the land, they continued to own it in strange combinations after the family was split up. Even though they both left Cody behind, Meri and Janelle Brown still control a portion of the business. Once more, the property is the main emphasis of Season 19. It's time to talk about how the land was divided and how unfair the property division is. What is Janelle Brown's land area? In the past few months, Janelle Brown has taken a significant step. With the intention of starting a floral business, she bought acres of land in North Carolina. The mother of 6 has been greatly troubled by the inaction on Coyote Pass for years, but she is now focused on starting over in North Carolina. She had a strong emotional and financial attachment to the property. How much land does she possess then? Compared to Cody and Robyn Brown, Janelle has a smaller stake in the land. Nevertheless, she is the legal owner of a few acres of undeveloped land. 2 packages bear Janelle's name. She shares a 2.42-acre lot with Cody Brown. Documentation for the 4.4-acre site, designated for Meri Brown, also bears her name. Janelle would receive little under 3 acres of land if the Brown family divided the plots according to whose name appears on the piece. She isn't the ex-sister wife who is receiving the worst treatment, which is almost unfair. Surprisingly, Meri Brown, Cody Brown's first ex-wife, really owns even less. Meri Brown just has a little amount of real estate. Meri Brown argued about which piece of property to build her house on for several seasons. It doesn't matter now. The land will never be developed by her. Her small amount of property, however, is proof of the harsh treatment she received from her multiple families. What is the actual land ownership of Meri? 1 package has Meri's name, but she is not the only owner. The official documentation for the parcel lists both Janelle and Cody. The ownership of her 4.48-acre land might be split into 3 parts. She actually owns somewhat less than 1.5 acres of Coyote Pass. If you split it up, even though she has contributed a significant amount of money to keep the family afloat, legally she has a far lesser stake in the property than anybody else. What became of the section of Coyote Pass owned by Christine Brown? On the parcels, it seems that final judgments are still pending. Nevertheless, at least one of Cody's former spouses has cleared her name of the contaminated land. Christine Brown owned a plot with Cody and Robyn prior to her departure from the family. Through a quitclaim deed, Christine gave Cody and Robyn ownership of her land in return for the proceeds from the sale of the Flagstaff house she had sold before moving. Without having to exchange substantial sums of money, a property owner can give up their interest in a property to another interested party using a quitclaim document. Without the help of Cody's previous spiritual companions, Cody and Robyn acquired an extra 5 acres when Christine relinquished her interest in Coyote Pass. What percentage of the property are owned by Robyn Brown and Cody Brown? Since Christine Brown has relinquished her claim to the land, Cody Brown and Robyn Brown are the legal owners of the majority of the property. However, if you consider it, the divorce was always unfair and always to the lawfully wed couple's advantage. If you were to divide each portion among its owners, Cody currently owns more than 7 acres of the 14-acre property. He appears to be the owner of all 4 land plots in the property records. In actuality, Robyn Brown owns more than 3.65 acres of the land. Although her name is on 2 deeds, she is entitled to considerably more due to her marriage to Cody, which gives her legal protection. They possess almost 10 of the 14 acres of the property as a married couple, demonstrating how unfair the division was from the beginning. Meri makes the case that she believes Cody and Robyn will handle the property responsibly in a future episode clip that People was able to secure. Janelle, however, wasn't so certain. Most Sister Wives watchers concur with Janelle, When Cody Brown and his 4 sisters moved to Flagstaff, Arizona, in 2019, they decided to purchase some acreage. They agreed to build houses there and reside in different houses close to one another. This meant that Cody, Robyn, Meri, Christine, and Janelle would all have their own homes. He would handle it as though it were a guest house. But there was the family fallout. There haven't been any updates regarding the Coyote Pass land since. The family bought the land many years ago, but no one has made any efforts to start construction in the area. Janelle has been anxious about the fate of the Coyote Pass land since witnessing the family disintegrate, so she tried to inform Meri of the situation. What was it she said? Janelle, a sister spouse, is ready to make sure that Cody doesn't off-base her in the Coyote Pass land question. Janelle was the one who expressed interest in building on Coyote Pass in previous seasons of Sister Spouses. To put money away and start development, she even went to ridiculous measures like living in an RV. She had a breakdown, though, when she realized that no one else usually makes jokes about a future on the empty lot. She thought she was blameless for not thinking things through. Janelle told everyone she could lawyer up in the most recent episodes. That's because she didn't formally, but rather deeply, seal the deal with Cody. She worries that she won't have any control or ownership of the property as a result. She therefore thought of bringing in attorneys to ensure that her liberties and her share of the property were protected. She obviously tried to warn Meri about the land issue as well. Sister wives. Janelle and Meri will work together against Cody to protect their Coyote Pass parts? Meri and Janelle got down to discuss Coyote Pass's ultimate destiny in the most recent Sister Spouses episode. The former reminded the former first spouse that a fourth of the portion had a place with her, and advised the final alternative to protect her advantage to the extent that she is qualified for. Meri casually stated that no protection was essential, as she didn't have any reason to believe that Robyn and Cody would conspire against them. Wouldn't you say that we have each other's backs? Meri asked Janelle, wondering if Robyn and Cody would ensure that they are straightforward and equitable in this circumstance. Indeed, Janelle responded bluntly and casually, no. She insisted that Meri should be wary of the monogamous couple's potential to defraud them, as they should take full responsibility for the land in a few months. And lastly, Meri asked if she had her covered. Assuming the Utah resident was aware of what was going on, the ex-second spouse promised the lone person that she would keep an eye out for her. Accordingly, she promised to be present to confirm that Meri's compensation was fair. Janelle explained this during her. She claims that Meri's name appears in a piece that has to do with Janelle and Cody. She wouldn't receive her share of the land, therefore, if the worst of the worst were to happen. By then, though, it was too early to tell. Meri Brown was unrivaled in her devotion to Cody Brown, to the extent that Janelle Brown, her previous sister wife, likened her to a puppy that keeps coming back to its owner. Despite Cody's explicit declaration that he had no romantic interest in her, Meri maintained for years that she was not leaving. Janelle talked candidly with the producers about Meri's unwavering loyalty to Cody during Sunday's Sister Wives episode, Baptism by Fire. Janelle traveled to Flagstaff to speak with Meri about an urgent issue pertaining to Coyote Pass. Since Janelle and Meri haven't been best friends in the past, the meeting was anticipated to be awkward. However, as they discussed business, Janelle and Meri set aside their disagreements for the day. Janelle and Meri started talking about their personal lives, even though they were supposed to talk about paying off the property. Janelle was informed by Meri that she was returning to Utah. Meri informed Janelle during their sit-down conversation that she and Cody were formally kaput, and that she would be returning to Utah to reside at her bed and breakfast, Lizzie's Heritage Inn. After being led along for decades, Janelle was understandably shocked to learn that Meri had finally severed the cord and dissolved her marriage to Cody. I was a little taken aback, Janelle admitted. I think, wow. And then I realized that it's about damn time. According to Janelle, Meri's devotion to Cody was comparable to a dog's devotion to its master. Janelle went on to say during her confessional that Meri has always been incredibly faithful to Cody. Janelle remarked, I think she's like that dog that keeps coming back because they're loyal. I don't mean to imply that Meri is a dog, but I believe she simply possesses that level of devotion. And I believe she has finally passed away. When Meri inquired about Janelle's activities, the topic of discussion shifted to the status of her relationship with Cody. "I'm free," declared Janelle. Meri, however, urged her to clarify her comment because she didn't fully comprehend it. Janelle acknowledged that she needed something different and informed Meri that she and Cody had formally declared their relationship was no longer functioning. Meri was pleased for her ex-sister wife, and Janelle added that she was comfortable with the choice. Meri and Janelle become close as their polygamous family splits up. When Meri and Janelle both acknowledged that they hoped their family could have gone a different way, they shared a unique moment of intimacy. Despite years of work, the two women acknowledged that they were disappointed when their formerly huge, polygamous household disintegrated. Janelle described the fact that Cody has estranged relationships with most of his children as heartbreaking. Regarding Coyote Pass, Janelle cautions Meri to keep an eye on her back. Returning to the subject of Coyote Pass, Janelle warned Meri that they had 75 days to settle their debt or face the possibility of losing the entire property to foreclosure. However, Meri and Janelle disagreed on the subject. Meri believed it was unnecessary for Janelle to advise her to safeguard her interest in the portion of the property to which she was entitled. Meri told Janelle, "I don't think there's really any need for protection. In that regard, don't you believe that we have each other's backs?" Janelle said, "No, I really don't." Meri was not persuaded that Cody and Robyn would attempt to find out all of the property and abandon her, even though Janelle was unsure and distrustful. However, since her name was only on one portion of the property, Janelle warned Meri to keep an eye on her back. According to Janelle, her name is only on one piece, and it's in conjunction with Cody and I, even though Meri was entitled to a fourth of the land. In the event that it is sold, she is unlikely to receive a quarter. The fact that Janelle Brown and Meri Brown did not always agree is not surprising. In previous Sister Wives episodes, the two women would frequently argue about family-related topics. As Janelle previously observed, she decided to avoid Meri at all costs. However, the mother of six revealed much more about Meri and how she frequently felt cut off from the polygamous household in the most recent episode. Viewers of Sister Wives were informed early on that Janelle had previously been married to Adam Barber, Meri's brother. In this incestual group, the plot becomes more complex. They were step-siblings because Janelle's mother was then married to Cody Brown's father. This family tree can quickly become complex, yikes. Janelle and her husband were only wed from 1988 to 1990, but in 1989, when she was still married, she met Cody. Janelle consistently asserted that she felt a strong bond with Cody, and the two appeared to be soulmates throughout the season. In 1990, Janelle even went to the wedding of Meri and Cody. Fans first learned about Meri and Janelle's conflict in the family's book Becoming Sister Wives. Janelle and Cody bonded on a cerebral level, however the two never really became friends. It sounds like she was calling Meri stupid, but that could just be my perspective. According to the book, Meri and Janelle frequently get into heated arguments. Meri even acknowledged that she treated her sister wife in a harsh and aggressive manner. It goes without saying that the two never clicked and had a chilly relationship for years. The mother of six is talking more about her polygamous household now that Janelle and Meri have both moved on from Cody. There had always been a disconnect with spouses, especially when it came to the patriarch's first wife, Janelle said on the Reality Life with Kate Casey podcast. Janelle appeared to understand Meri's withdrawal, sharing, she and Robyn were always pretty close. Mom revealed, "I do believe Mom began to show a lot more interest outside the family after Leon left the house, and she became an empty nester before us. Because, well, she had time." However, Janelle claims that Cody's first wife was close to his fourth wife. However, "I am aware that she and Robyn were always quite close on a number of issues," she wrote. Therefore, I'm not sure if she was apart. In the most recent episode, Meri discussed her unsuccessful marriage to Cody, pointing out that the two had been apart for a long time. "I feel very calm about our situation, but he doesn't," she said. "Some of the things he says are quite cruel. It's obvious that he still needs to work on a lot of his personal feelings." The Sister Wives star also mentioned how Cody has changed into a different person. Fans have been observing Cody's transformation from a cheerful man to a Scrooge for the past few seasons. The 18-year-old father feels betrayed by his children and takes everything personally. He gradually pushed his first 3 spouses to the side since he no longer had space in his heart for them. The presenter heard Janelle say, "He's changed. Everybody changes." Janelle chuckled and remarked, "I don't know who this guy is, but we all change over time. The man I married all those years ago is no longer him. And I most likely am not. It simply occurs." I believe Janelle's character is demonstrated by the fact that she is so sympathetic for a lady who has been scorned. Janelle has maintained the moral high ground, while Cody is out disparaging his wives. His second wife said, "I don't know," when asked what had changed for Cody. For him, turning 50 was a significant event. People occasionally become aware that they desire more. However, he did. He has undoubtedly changed. Janelle, on the other hand, is progressing in a constructive manner. She and her daughter recently established a farm in North Carolina. There are several reasons for the sister wives women to be upset with Cody Brown. However, many are baffled by a recent interview, namely with Janelle Brown. Fans believe they would want to voice their opinions after everything the family patriarch done to the women. Did the patriarch of the family threaten to sue them? Viewers of Sister Wives seem perplexed by Christine and Janelle's most recent interviews. Janelle Brown recently talked warmly of Cody in a podcast interview, which is quite odd and uncharacteristic. Janelle Uscreen has been very critical of her ex-husband's poor decisions. What caused this change? On Reddit, a Sister Wives fan posted, "Janelle's change of tune. Since everyone is wondering why Janelle changed her mind, I'd like to have everyone's opinion. I wonder if the lawyers for Janelle and Christine have advised them to be tactful. After all, they have made the decision to sue their ex-husband, and continuing to disparage him could muddy the waters and make their actions appear small-minded and spiteful. However, it appears much better for them if they play kind." After providing evidence to back up their theory, the OP asked other fans what they thought. Viewers of Sister Wives appeared to have a diverse range of thoughts in response. Included were comments. "Janelle was acting extremely Janelle on that podcast, in my opinion. She isn't particularly confrontational, and I don't mean that negatively. Additionally, she has constantly expressed no dissatisfaction with some of the questions posed to her. For example, she frequently says she wished to live in the fifth wheel. Cash. It is possible that she is negotiating with him. Nothing can silence someone like money. They are able to play well, while adhering to the same script they read on television. These episodes are 2 years old, and it has already been stated that it wouldn't harm them to reiterate or provide additional context." Cody is criticized by Christine Brown in a recent interview. If attorneys did advise the Sister Wives cast to tone things down a bit, Christine Brown isn't listening. Christine joked that Cody wears panties and ridiculed his hair fixation in a recent interview with Entertainment Tonight. It appears that Christine has little interest in maintaining harmony after pursuing legal action against her ex. How do you feel about this recent Sister Wives debate? Do you think Christine and Janelle Brown were asked to reschedule their interviews? Incorporate your unique voice into the discussion. Sister Wives bombshell. Cody Brown's shocking confessions and Meri's heartbreaking release. A legacy of love or heartache. Inside Cody and Meri Brown's tumultuous relationship. Sister Wives fans have followed Cody Brown's journey through plural marriage for years. But now, shocking revelations have cast his marriage to Meri in a completely different light. Cody recently opened up about his regrets and frustrations, calling his union with Meri one of his biggest mistakes. As Meri seeks her long-deserved release from their spiritual marriage, Cody's bitter comments reveal a complicated legacy of love, faith, and heartbreak. The rise and fall of Cody and Meri, a marriage that started with hope. Cody and Meri's marriage seemed full of potential when they married in 1994. This chapter dives into their early years together, exploring what brought them together and what ultimately led to a breakdown. From early affection to emotional rifts, we'll explore the turning points in their relationship. A legal separation, a spiritual bond, the decision to divorce. In 2010, Cody and Meri made the difficult decision to divorce legally, so that Cody could marry Robyn Brown and adopt her children. Here, we'll examine the complex dynamics behind this choice, why Meri agreed to it, and the lasting impact it had on her marriage to Coyote. Coyote's regrets. I didn't know who she was. As Coyote reflects on his relationships, his comments on Meri reveal deep regrets. He claims that he didn't know who she was when they married, and that Meri brought baggage he couldn't handle. In this chapter, we'll unpack Coyote's harsh words and what they reveal about his view of marriage. The release, Meri's brave decision to ask for freedom. After years of tension and estrangement, Meri took the brave step of asking for a release from her spiritual union with Coyote. This chapter explores Meri's journey to independence, why she felt the need to be unsealed, and what this decision means for her future. Coyote's refusal to take responsibility. I can't live in a world where she's angry. Coyote's unwillingness to address his role in the failed marriage has struck a nerve with fans. In this chapter, we'll dive into his avoidance of responsibility, his claim that Meri's anger was the issue, and how fans are reacting to his perspective on the breakdown of their marriage. Why Coyote feared the release, faith, power, and accountability. Despite making it clear that he no longer saw a future with Meri, Coyote hesitated to allow her release from the marriage. We'll explore Coyote's fear of being held accountable by the church, and why he resisted Meri's attempt to leave on her own terms. Robyn's role in Coyote's life and Meri's heartbreak. When Coyote married Robyn, it changed the family dynamics forever. Here, we'll analyze Robyn's role, why Coyote was willing to sacrifice so much for her, and how Meri felt overshadowed and marginalized by this new relationship. The church's rules on plural marriage, a man's obligations versus a woman's freedom. In the plural marriage world, Coyote claims that a man has no choice but to stay committed, while a woman is free to leave. This chapter examines the controversial rules surrounding plural marriage, whether Coyote's perspective holds up, and how these beliefs have affected Meri's experience in the family. Meri's longing for acceptance and validation. After years of feeling unseen in her marriage, Meri has openly shared her desire for love and validation. This chapter explores her journey for self-worth, the ways she tried to make her marriage work, and the courage it took to finally let go. Fans take sides. Outrage over Coyote's treatment of Meri. The fan response has been intense, with many outraged by Coyote's treatment of Meri. Here, we'll share fan reactions, social media posts, and comments from devoted viewers who are rallying behind Meri's courage and condemning Coyote's comments. The legal divorce versus the emotional separation. Although Coyote and Meri divorced legally in 2010, the emotional separation came much later. This chapter delves into the difference between legal and spiritual marriages in the Brown family, why the emotional split took so long, and how it has affected Meri's identity. A legacy of broken marriages, why Coyote's other relationships didn't last. Coyote has not only lost his marriage to Meri, but also to Christine and Janelle. This chapter takes a closer look at Coyote's other failed marriages, the common issues across his relationships, and what it says about his approach to marriage and commitment. Meri's strength, finding herself beyond the marriage. Through heartbreak and public scrutiny, Meri has emerged as a symbol of strength. We'll look at Meri's resilience, the ways she's reinvented herself, and her inspiring journey to find happiness on her own terms. Should Coyote have let Meri tell her story? According to Meri, Coyote refused to let her share her perspective. This chapter explores why Coyote blocked her voice, what Meri has wanted to share with fans, and whether keeping her silent has caused more harm than good. Faith versus love. When religious duty becomes a burden. Coyote has often cited faith as the reason for his choices, but has religious duty become a burden? This chapter examines how Coyote's beliefs have affected his relationships, and whether his adherence to faith has been an excuse for neglecting his wife's needs. Coyote's need for control. How power dynamics affected his marriages. One of the most consistent issues fans see is Coyote's need for control. This chapter will dive into Coyote's controlling tendencies, how they've impacted his marriages, and why this dynamic ultimately led to the collapse of his family structure. How has this affected the other wives? Meri's release has a ripple effect on the entire Brown family. Here, we'll explore how her choice has influenced Christine, Janelle, and Robyn, and what her independence could mean for the other women's relationships with Coyote. The end of Sister Wives as we know it. Meri's release is symbolic of a larger shift within the Brown family, and fans are wondering if this marks the end of Sister Wives as we know it. We'll analyze whether the show can continue with these massive changes, and how TLC might pivot the series moving forward. Fan support for Meri, the start of a new chapter? Fans have rallied around Meri in unprecedented ways. This chapter will highlight the support Meri has received from viewers, why fans believe she deserves a fresh start, and how they're cheering her on in her journey to happiness. A legacy of lessons, what we've learned from Coyote and Meri's story. As we close out this extensive look into Coyote and Meri's complex relationship, we'll reflect on the lessons their story has offered viewers. From the importance of self-worth to the dangers of losing oneself in a relationship, the Brown family has taught fans about resilience, love, and the courage to walk away. Where does Meri go from here? Meri's journey isn't over. As she embarks on this new chapter, fans are eager to see her thrive. Will she find the happiness she's been seeking? And will Coyote finally acknowledge his role in her heartbreak? The world will be watching as Meri redefines herself beyond Sister Wives, proving once and for all that her story is far from over. The untold story behind My Sister Wife's Closet. Why the Sister Wives jewelry business failed. A sparkling dream or a tarnished plan? In a move that aimed to empower women in polygamous marriages and bring in a steady income, Sister Wives stars Coyote, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn Brown launched My Sister Wife's Closet. It was envisioned as a unique jewelry brand inspired by the family's journey, their beliefs, and their unity. However, this business endeavor was not the success the Browns hoped for. In recent interviews, Janelle Brown has opened up about why My Sister Wife's Closet ultimately failed, and her candid reflections reveal surprising insights. Dreams of a Jewelry Empire. How My Sister Wife's Closet was born. In this chapter, we'll dive into the inspiration behind My Sister Wife's Closet and the family's vision for the brand. We'll examine how they wanted to create a niche for women in plural marriages, and how they saw the jewelry as more than just accessories. Each piece was meant to carry a story and a message of sisterhood. The launch hype. Sister Wives brings the brand to primetime. When My Sister Wife's Closet was launched, it was frequently featured on Sister Wives, allowing fans a behind-the-scenes look at the business. In this chapter, we'll explore how the show initially drove interest in the brand and discuss the early fan response, which was hopeful but cautious. Robyn takes the lead, but was she the right choice? Robyn Brown was the driving force behind My Sister Wife's Closet, taking charge of design and business decisions. This chapter will explore Robyn's role as the business leader and creative director, including whether her influence on the brand helped or hindered its success. The struggles of running a family business. Starting a business is never easy, and running it as a family adds unique challenges. Here, we'll examine the difficulties the Browns faced working together, from disagreements over creative direction to decision-making conflicts that ultimately impacted the brand's momentum. The jewelry that didn't sell. What went wrong with the products? The Browns thought fans would jump at the chance to own Sister Wives-inspired jewelry, but sales numbers told a different story. This chapter takes a closer look at the jewelry designs, customer reviews, and what factors may have contributed to the product's lack of appeal. Marketing missteps. Why My Sister Wife's Closet failed to connect. Marketing can make or break a brand, and My Sister Wife's Closet struggled to make an impact. In this chapter, we'll explore how the family's marketing approach fell short, from inconsistent social media presence to their failure to tap into new markets. Janelle's reflection. Why the Browns weren't ready to run a business. Janelle Brown recently admitted on a podcast that the family simply didn't know how to run a business. This chapter will delve into Janelle's candid insights, including her belief that the venture would have been better managed by individuals rather than a family group. The unsold inventory mystery. After the business wound down, Janelle mentioned there's still unsold inventory somewhere, but its exact location remains a mystery. This chapter dives into what happened to the remaining products, the costs of unused inventory, and how this mystery became a point of fan intrigue. The website that won't die. Why is My Sister Wife's Closet still online? Despite its apparent closure, My Sister Wife's Closet's website is still live, albeit inactive. This chapter will explore why the website remains online, the last updates made in 2019, and what Michael T. Brown recently shared about the site's ongoing issues with hackers. A family and business, pros and cons of keeping it all in the family. While family businesses can foster closeness, they can also create complications. This chapter will examine the pros and cons the Browns faced in working together, including how these dynamics affected their business decisions, workload distribution, and relationships. What fans really thought of My Sister Wife's Closet. Throughout the show's run, fans have voiced opinions on My Sister Wife's Closet. In this chapter, we'll delve into the fan community, exploring comments, reviews, and feedback on social media about the brand and its products. Competing with big brands, why My Sister Wife's Closet couldn't keep up. Jewelry is a competitive market, with established brands dominating. This chapter takes a closer look at how My Sister Wife's Closet struggled to stand out in a crowded market, and what it could have done differently to compete. Robyn's all-or-nothing approach, how it limited the business. Robyn was passionate about the brand, but her intense dedication may have been a double-edged sword. This chapter examines how her all-or-nothing approach affected decision-making, the challenges it posed, and whether it ultimately hindered the brand's growth. Was plural marriage a niche market or a limitation? While the Browns hoped to cater to a unique demographic, the market for jewelry geared toward plural marriages was narrow. In this chapter, we'll explore whether catering to this niche audience helped or hindered My Sister Wife's Closet's growth. Financial losses and missed opportunities. Starting a business often comes with financial risks, and My Sister Wife's Closet was no exception. This chapter will delve into the financial challenges the family faced, including investment losses, and how their attempts to save the business fell short. The role of social media, missed opportunities, and lack of engagement. In today's digital age, social media is crucial for brand visibility. This chapter will analyze how My Sister Wife's Closet missed out on opportunities to engage with fans online, and how this lack of social media presence contributed to the brand's downfall. The Michael T. Connection, insights from behind the scenes. Michael T. Brown, Cody and Christine's daughter, has shared her thoughts on My Sister Wife's Closet and her conversation with Robyn about the brand. Here, we'll explore what Michael T. revealed, her insights on the brand's management, and what fans learned from her perspective. A new chapter, Janelle's business with Maddie Brush. Despite the failure of My Sister Wife's Closet, Janelle has moved forward with a new business venture with her daughter Maddie. This chapter will highlight Janelle's entrepreneurial journey, her excitement about her new business, and how it reflects her growth beyond the family brand. Lessons learned. What other family businesses can take away from My Sister Wife's Closet. While My Sister Wife's Closet may have failed, it offers valuable lessons for other family businesses. This chapter will explore these lessons, including the importance of clear roles, marketing, and aligning values with brand identity. The end of an era or a new beginning. As the Browns continue to move forward, we'll reflect on what My Sister Wife's Closet meant to them, why it ultimately failed, and how the family's focus has shifted in the years since. Is there still hope for another family business endeavor? Or is this the end of the Browns' entrepreneurial dreams? Will the Browns try again? The Browns' journey with My Sister Wife's Closet was filled with highs and lows, and while the brand didn't succeed, it offered valuable lessons and memories for the family. Now, fans are left wondering, will they attempt another business in the future? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, the Browns will always have an audience eager to see what they do next.